All right, one of my GoPro on my tripod went dead. I might have to change the battery out here in a minute. We got 13 rounds in this bad boy. We're gonna see how it goes on steel plates. Back about 20 yards or so, 15, 20 yards, somewhere in there. It points pretty good. It's freakishly light, really. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. It tracks quick, guys. That's my first mag on steel. I'm probably gonna shoot one more mag on steel, pause, and then shoot a little bit more off camera so y'all aren't watching the 2-hour video on this gun. Back to the CSX. Still shooting the same one. I'm gonna put 500 rounds through this one and 500 rounds through this one. These things are light, guys. I mean, they're 19 ounces a piece, not loaded. I don't know what they weigh loaded, but me and Andrew and Jonathan were weighing the triggers a while ago, and if you measure it from the bottom, which is where it pivots, then they're coming in at like 3 pounds, and if you measure it from like midway, it's like 5 to 6. And it's the way this trigger, it's like I was saying the other day, it's not a true 1911 trigger to where it comes back completely straight. It angles down. So you got to remember that when you're pulling the trigger, you don't put most of your pressure up here. You're going to come lower. I mean, that's kind of the way I shoot anyway. But that's why I had somebody comment the other night, I can guarantee you that trigger is not, 5 to 6 pounds or 6.5, whatever it was. I mean, it is what it is. I've got a Lyman digital trigger gauge that crapped out on me about 3 or 4 months ago. I've got another one that's not digital coming, and it should be here tomorrow through Amazon. Says it'll be here on Sunday. I don't know if Amazon delivers on Sunday, but we're going to find out, and then we'll actually know exactly what to weigh. Especially after 500 rounds, they'll probably drop a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to get back to shooting. I like this gun, guys. It's a good thing. A lot of people won't like the trigger. I love the trigger. I think it's great, especially for a carry gun of this size. But a lot of people won't like that trigger, and that's fine. I mean, that to each their own. That's what's so awesome about the gun community, guys, is the fact that there's triggers, weights, sizes, materials, everything made for everybody. I mean, you can shoot, you can pick up whatever you want. If you want to carry a giant gun, you can carry a giant gun. If you want to carry a small gun, you can carry a small gun. It's all however you want to do it, folks. All right, guys, right now, it's misting, it's in the 30s, it's windy, and we're at about 200 rounds out of this one so far, and 0 issues whatsoever. And the trigger seems to be getting a little better, even though it wasn't bad at first, to be honest with you. I like it. I mean, it's all in how you think about it, It's all on what you think about it. I just realized this. I'm getting a little slide back right there. Not bad. I didn't know it. My hands are too cold and dry to even feel it. But getting a little slide back there just because I always ride high. And I mean, I can see, I ride high thumb. And I mean, you can see exactly where it's hitting. That's, yeah. But that ain't no big deal. I ain't worried about that. All right. Looks like I'm having a little issue with my GoPro Hero 8. Every time I put a battery in it, it works for like 10 seconds and just shuts off. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, at least I got my hat mount. So y'all will probably get most of the video on my hat mount. As of right now, I've got let's see, 480 something rounds through this gun. I've got 13 in here, and I've got I don't know, like 7 left. And so I'm gonna shoot these 13 and then those 7, and this will be at 500 rounds with 0 issues whatsoever. I'm getting a little bit of rub right in there, and I'd assume that because I took it straight out of the box. I didn't clean it, didn't oil it, didn't do crap to the thing. I just wanted to see how they ran. It points good. It points good and natural. The grip angle is excellent on it. I like it. It tracks really, really quick, guys. Similar to the SIG 365 as far as how fast it tracks, but I honestly think it tracks a little quicker. Probably due to the aluminum frame, but the slide is, I love it, man. I love this gun. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. All right, these are the last few rounds, and this one will be at 500. Let's see. We'll just do a silhouette round, silhouette round, silhouette round. 500 rounds, 0 malfunctions, guys. I am loving this gun. This trigger's, I ain't gonna gripe one time about the trigger. The trigger is, to me, it's good. This one right here is at 500 rounds. I like the trigger myself. I think it's a good trigger. I mean, it could be better, yeah, but I mean, you're not paying $3 grand for the gun. You're paying $549, so you can't bitch too much. This one's at 500 rounds. I'm declaring it good to go. And now we're gonna start with this one. Whew, it's cold. Probably won't see as much shooting on this one. That way it won't be like a 2-hour video. So it'll be all right. It'll be good. All right. All right, we're a little more than halfway there on the second gun, and whew, I'm having fun. These things are excellent, excellent guns. You may not like them, but I love them, boy. I like it. Oh, that's 13 rounds right there. When you think about it, 13 rounds in a 19-ounce gun that's that reliable. I want some night sights. I want some night sights bad, but 0 malfunctions. I've got 500 through this one, and I've got 400 and something through this one. After that box is empty right there, I'll have 500 through this one also. The thing's running like a top. They're both just running excellent. So that, if you're on the edge of getting one, you might want to get one. I'm not saying, you know, at 600 rounds they're not going to malfunction, but as of right now, I got 500 through each almost. I got 500 through one. I'm after this, I'll have 500 through this one. And each mag, I'm filling up 212. Well, say that, and I didn't do it. I'm filling up 212 and keeping one in the pipe. So 13 rounds of America, you know. So a little headshot there. I mean, they run. There ain't no getting around it. They just run. All right, let's just do some one hand. Got about 20 rounds left. I'm just gonna do some get the hell up off my drills. And I'm gonna head home because it's cold. Alright, headshot. I'll take it. I'll take it. The last little mags will be a good deal, you know. So alright. I think we got I don't know, 8 rounds left, guys. And this one's at 550, so alright. Tell you what, these last few rounds, let's step back here. We got the last mag in here. I don't know how many rounds we got, 6, 7, something like that. We'll just step back here to 50. See how this thing shoots at 50. One miss. I don't know how many rounds that was, but I had a miss. The rest are hits. I'm calling these things good to go, guys. We got 550 through this one. We got 500 through this one. Oh, I got snot out of my running down my nose. Guys, I will see y'all back at the house. I'll do a little follow-up review on what I actually think about both of them. I'm sure y'all can already tell. 500 rounds through one of them, 550 rounds through the other, and I will say good to go, folks. See y'all in a minute. All right, folks, I just got back from a nice little range trip. I fired 500 rounds through this one. I fired 550 rounds to this one. Both of them ran flawless. Thank God. I really liked these guns. I know I've already done, you know, a review on just kind of what they have in them, you know, as far as that. But you've got aluminum frame, solid aluminum frame. And you've got a polymer back strap right here, and you've got a polymer insert right here, and a stainless slide covered in their melanite finish, and a stainless barrel covered in their melanite finish. You've got 2 steel sights. They're 3-dot, and they're not night sights. They're just steel sights. The back's serrated. I wish they would have just left that blacked out. That kind of messed with my shooting a little bit. I prefer a blacked out serrated rear, but the top of the slide is serrated. I'm sure they'll be coming out with some night sights. I don't know if like the shield sights fit on these. I have no idea. I've looked on their website, it doesn't say anything. I'm thinking about calling them next week and finding that out. But this is the Smith & Wesson CSX. I'm just gonna set this one to the side for right now because no reason to show them both of them because they're both exactly the same. Ran 500 rounds through this one, 550 rounds through that one, or vice versa. I can't remember now which one was which, but 0 issues whatsoever. The slide, you can get a really high purchase. They did an excellent job of cutting out underneath the trigger guard, which a lot of companies are finally doing that. But they actually cut out and like rounded it through there, so it really feels good. And your first finger gets a little bit of that texturing, your second finger gets the texturing, your third one wraps around it. Now on the 10 round mag, you got 2 and a pinky. I mean, if I'm gonna carry it inside the waistband, I'm gonna have a 12 round in there, so that way I can have 13 in the gun. I haven't tried fitting it in my pocket with the 12 round yet, but I have carried one of these two in my pocket out to the range just to see how it felt with the 10 round. But just because it was easier and it's less bulky and all that, so you got 11 rounds. But I don't feel like with a manual safety like that actually carrying it in a pocket. So until hopefully Vetter will come out with a pocket holster for this, because their pocket holsters are awesome. As you know, I normally just always use Vetter holsters, but they've got like a thumb release built into the Kydex. They mold it for a thumb release, so like if it's in your pocket, you can kind of push down like that and pull straight out, and it comes out clean. I've had one of those for my Shield. It's excellent, and that way you don't have to worry, you know, about knocking the safety off, and your trigger's covered by hard plastic, pretty much. You can call it Kydex or whatever you want, but it's plastic, just like these. It's polymer back strap, but it's plastic. A lot of people don't like saying that. I don't care, because that's what it is. As far as the way these guns shot, I was very, very impressed. I went into it thinking, okay, you know, they're going to shoot really good. They're small, they're lightweight. The triggers have really gotten better on them. The triggers, to me, weren't anything to gripe about in the first place. A lot of people have been griping about them. I like them. I mean, they're single action. You can't go wrong with a single action trigger. You can tell on this one, I had 500 rounds through it. I can tell you exactly which one I shot first. This is the first one I shot. It's 500 rounds. I started getting a little slide bite on this one, and ended up the rest of the way on this one. I don't know if you can see the blood on it, probably on the bottom of the slide through there, and probably a little bit up through here. Got slide bite, but I mean, you're shooting 1,000 rounds on a micro compact pistol, and I ride high on my grip. I shoot like that, so I mean, naturally you're going to get a little slide bite. But for you know, anybody that's going to shoot just a few hundred rounds whenever you go out there, you're probably not going to have any issue whatsoever. If you don't ride high, and most people ride forward like that, you're not going to have an issue. But I ride high thumb. I always have. It's just the way I shoot. I'm not changing it. So I'll take I mean, it doesn't hurt my hands, you know, it's just slide bite. But I'll take slide bite any day over having to go all the way back through trying to change how I shoot. I mean, if you look at this gun for what it is, and I know a lot of YouTubers out there are saying, well, you know, the trigger sucks, well, it's kind of bulky in the butt, well, you know, this, that, whatever. If you look at it as just an entire new gun, and not like it's trying to be a 1911 or it's trying to be a 2011 or whatever, just look, excuse me, just had a peanut butter sandwich and some milk whenever I got home because I was hungry. If you look at it as just an entirely new gun, I mean, not everything has to be like something of the past. It can be just an entire new gun, which is what this is. You've got hammer fired, keep it cocked and locked, or, you know, you can keep it hammer down and not one in the chamber. I wouldn't suggest that, but I mean, you can, you know, if that's the way you feel safe. I suggest practicing, pulling it out and racking. You're going to be a little bit slower, but if you feel like that's what you need to do it. I mean, you're better off carrying one without one round in the chamber than not carrying a gun at all. You know, I mean, if you don't feel safe, then you don't feel safe, and don't let anybody bash you for that. Me, I carry always one in the chamber. That's just how it is. But I've carried for a long time, and I feel comfortable at doing that. Hopefully, I'll never shoot myself in the leg or anything. But kind of why I stopped carrying appendix. I like protecting things. But the slides, serrations right here are excellent because they're forward. They're pretty much forward canted. So you've got a lot of traction right here but no traction going forward. So on your draw out of the holster, it's a clean draw, and it just, I mean, it doesn't snag on anything. But on the back, your finger skin gets right in there and you're able to get it. And all in all, I had decided I was just going to carry this, you know, like little quick trips around town and everything. But I tell you what, after shooting this today, it may end up just being my go-to carry gun. I really honestly, I mean, I loved the gun. I thought it was cool. I knew I had to have one whenever it came out. But after shooting it today, I mean, I could fully count on this gun 100%. I shot a lot of different rounds and a lot of different weights. I shot, you know, 115 grain, I shot 124 grain, I shot 124 grain plus P, I shot 147 grain, and I shot some 150 grain that I normally shoot suppressed, and every single bit of it ran flawlessly out of both guns. Neither one of them acted like they were going to hiccup at all. I mean, it never even got sluggish. And guys, whenever I take a gun out to do a review, or, you know, before I even got into YouTube, whenever I take a gun out and I want to see if I want to carry it or if I want to trade it off, or, you know, whatever, to whatever dealer around here in Fort Smith, I take it out of the box. I don't clean it, I don't baby it, I don't do anything to it. I take it out of the box and I shoot the piss out of it. If it runs, it runs. I'm happy, I'm thrilled. If it doesn't, then it's gone. That's just how it goes. I don't give guns second chances. Some people do. That's just the way I am. I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, you got a 200 round break-in, blah, blah, blah. That's fine and great, but it's 2022. If I don't get the gun and it doesn't run flawless in the first 200 rounds, it's gone. Now, you know, like Les Bear Custom, I understand that you got to run some rounds through it with a break-in period because they actually hard fit all their guns. I stopped buying Les Bear Custom, and more of the reason that I run Wilsons and Nighthawks as far as 1911s. But those run flawless out of the box. There's no break-in period to those. They run them and they run good. On these guns right here, if there was anything I could change at all, the only thing I would change, and I'm being 100% honest here, the only thing I would change is I would have a blacked out rear and I would have a high vis, you know, front night sight. That's the only thing. Well, the manual safety, I would change that. And I would change it to more of a 1911-ish style manual safety. And the only reason I say that is because your safety actually works on this side, which is going to be like if you're carrying your left hand. You've got like a little tit in there that pushes a pin in. You can feel it. You can do it with your hand. Whenever I was looking at it the other night, I noticed it. And it just rubs it up, pushes it over. You've got your striker's block. It's good. But if you'll notice on this side, which I don't know why they set it up to, I mean, it looks almost more like it's supposed to be left-handed, but on the safety, this is connected to a pin that runs through here and connects on this side. Well, the pin almost looks like it's just press fit into it. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if there's going to be any trouble in the future on that. If I had my guess, if any recalls or anything, parts breakage or anything, I bet it's going to be related to that. Because as far as looking at the entire gun on the inside and out, it's built very well. The slide serrations are great. It's smooth. Everything on it's smooth and rounded. The slide serrations on the rear actually have, instead of doing the I love HK, guys, don't get me wrong, but the VPs, how they have them goofy little tabs on the back, drive me nuts because they stick out so far. On these, it's serrated, and then you've got just this fine little hump on the rear end. I don't know if you can tell that, but you just got like a little fine little hump right there. And in case your fingers are sliding, that stops it. Because earlier, whenever it was misting and sprinkling out there, it did help one time. I did catch it sliding like that, and then it caught on that rear end. And the gun, you can tell when you hold it, you can tell when you look at it. Smith & Wesson has probably been working on this gun for a little while. And I'm glad they didn't just throw something together. And to be honest, whenever I first saw it, I was like, oh, all this stuff looks unfinished. It just kind of looks like they threw everything together, because I noticed the frame and all that. I mean, the slide and all that looked like they had just thought it out, worked it over, and everything was great. But all this is just flat, and then you've got a polymer insert on the back and a polymer insert on the front. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I still want it. So I get it, and I put it in my hand, and it's completely different than you think it's going to feel. I really actually am kind of drawn to the smoothness and the contours of the way it is through there. I mean, it's really just buttery smooth, and it's all rounded. I mean, you've got a little rounding through here to go to your trigger. You've got a little rounding right here for the undercutting under the trigger guard. You've got a slight little beveled edge right here to where your fingers just wrap right around. I love these guns, guys. I guess I'm just going to finish up the review of that. That's going to be the review, guys. These are awesome guns if you're thinking about picking one up. If you like the whole dimensions and everything, do it. You're not going to be unhappy. I really like the SIG 365, and I would take this any day over the 365. It's been a good day. Finally had 0 malfunctions on the range, 0 issues with sights flying off at my head. It's turned into a good day. And those are just, I mean, not too many pistols I call sexy, but that's a sexy little gun right there, you know. The P30, that's a sexy gun. That's, you know, they're just excellent. But anyway, if I get this out today, y'all, I hope y'all had a excellent Saturday. And if it's Sunday by now, or y'all watching way past then, y'all have a blessed Sunday. And I will see you guys next time.